to just start the meeting. First of all, you guys are amazing and wonderful, and I'm so happy about the team that we have this year. So
Yay.
really, really excited about it. What is it, our 6th year? So every year we learn something. And last year we learned a lot of things. And so I wrote down some things, but it's kind of like my wish list, but Mr. Nathan and I were talking about it, and instead of it being this is what it is, we want to put it out there. This is what I think we need to do, and y'all need to put in what you think we need to do, and then we're going to decide collectively tonight what it is that we're going to do to make this the best possible team.
Okay.
Huge challenge that we have that honestly we have been blessed not to ever face until this day. It's a financial challenge because in past years the donations that we had matched our need to go to Breaking Voices. It cost around $10,000, especially when we were going to the West Coast. This year is not, we're around $6,000 to get the team there. But in the past, we had the money. And so the team only had to raise additional money for when they got there and, that kind of thing. This year, we have to raise every penny of it because we just didn't have it in the bank. And that's a major difference.
I guess you say what can make me feel this way. Mr. Nathan. Mr. Nathan. Mr. Nathan. Talking about Mr. Nathan. Oh, I got kids.
Okay, Beyonce.
I can't be Beyonce. She has to be Beyonce. Y'all silly. All right, what is this?
I'm so excited for this trip. We have an awesome all-girls team. Everybody's pulling their weight. Everybody's coming to practices prepared, rehearsing together.
I feel like it's going to be really good. This is actually going to be my first Brave New Voices, so I'm actually excited about it, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
I will become the matriarch of men of valor and women of virtue, finding cures, walking in power and authority, saturated with respect.
I want to hurl the heavy metal onto their foreheads, but suicide is far more appealing to me.
It's a different experience from last year. Like, I had a great time last year, but this time it's just a whole new fresh excitement, a whole new fresh optimism for it.
We're not going to try to necessarily follow the lead on all these teams that get up there, because if they get up there and they're just spitting, tragedy, and all that stuff, we ain't gonna get up there and try to follow them with that. We're gonna do us.
One of our biggest challenges was definitely money. Raising money to fund expenses for traveling, the cost of traveling, the cost of registering for Brave New Voices, the cost of food, the cost of gas.
We have the opportunity to knock $500 off with the 12 video pieces.
Education is your #1 defense. So how come young people are toting pieces instead of honing pieces of information?
Attempting to find my way through life, I have to find my bullet through someone's head just to keep a few rolls on the stead.
Another challenge was, finding the right combination of people to be on a team.
Some circumstances happened and then people dropped out. And then it was in a situation where there was only 3 of us and you have to have 4 poets to compete.
Both Em and Kayla are practicing for graduation.
Caleb, we don't have all these papers tomorrow. Y'all going to watch. I'm just saying.
But then Tiara came and she was able to become a part of the team, in a quick shuffle, almost last minute, which I'm very thankful for. The whole team is thankful for her.
Men stroll the streets for sex for payment as well.
But according to the dictionary, the word whore has a definition extended only to females.
And as far as, I guess, the work ethic was there last year, but I believe that we've had to push ourselves definitely this year to reach the goal that we're trying to accomplish.
As always, there's gonna be, stumbles, fumbles, rocks in the road, whatever you want to call it. But I think we're really doing well.
And I feel like we're gonna slay at B&B.
question that I ask them to ask themselves is, this is your moment for the entire world to hear what you have to say. The piece that you give needs to be something the whole world needs to hear. Is that piece what they need to hear? Because this is your chance. Make sure it's a message that you feel is so important that everybody needs to hear it, because this is your moment. And
All right, sense.
Okay.
All right.
I don't have a title for it, but it'll probably come from the poem after I give it some time. I'll give the title. I asked him what he wanted to read, and he picked up Dr. Seuss, said he liked poetry that brought people to life. It was magic. He listened as my voice changed for each character, and my hands waved along with Cat in the Hat. And I brought Thing 1 and Thing 2 bouncing from hospital bed to hospital bed. He asked if I had a thingamajig that could clean all his toys and wipe the scar from his stomach. I told him I had words that erased worries, verses that avenged death, but then he asked me to build him a father with poetry. Like Legos made the same shade of his skin, but deep down I knew my words would never stack up to him. Somehow my once reliable rhyme and rhythm grew cubed into Rubik's, and I felt he was too old for the pages of Geisel. Instead, he seemed to know too well the poison of class pain and the same stain of longing on black boys' brains, the statistical brand he came to understand as made in America, murdered in America, martyred in America. A Lego man masterpiece is built by bullets bestowing bruises in the iris of the witness. With just one sentence, he challenged my truth, begged me to build him a father with poetry, petitioned me to undo murder in the first degree, back down. I'm sorry, I write fast. Petitioned me to undo murder in the first degree, back to when the hands of the clock stood at 90. It was 6:45. Time to put away plastic soldiers, slinkies, and Rubik's Cubes when those bullets broke through brick and hit his home's one-man army. He watched his white blood cell defenses lazily slink out of smoking holes like drunken nomads at closing time, inadvertently shifting his life. It had become a permanent Rubik's Cube with no solution. Couldn't find the correct combination to saving that soldier's soul, but saved his memory for the day that a poet could mold his merry mouth. Heavy hands, attentive stance, ready to protect his family again, ready to resurrect the stolen childhood he said his father had been behind enemy lines when all those Legos fell. He didn't clean up before his mother got home. Left toys on the floor like fallen soldiers and needed words to erase worries and verses to avenge death. He needed me to build his father back. Breath by breath by breath. I was trying to get through the whole poem.
It's okay, just take some breath. Yeah, that was a really good piece.
That was beautiful.
That was.
Everybody all good? Yeah! That's good. So we're about to get the slam popping right off real soon. So I need all the slammers to come up and pick your draw for the slam. Go in!
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Y'all thought I was about to spit something. Ooh,
red, white, blue.
Red, white, blue. You better tie your shoe, because if you trip, I'm gonna be weak as.
Fascia Street was a retreat in which the Baltimore team, the DCU Slam team, and the Philadelphia Slam team all came down here, and we just hung out pretty much. We celebrated, we went to the beach, we came back here, and we had a cookout, we had poetry, we had a poetry open house where we had a slam and open mic, and it was just so much fun.
he was still a boy, just short of 18. He used to think that hope looked like heaven because he's never seen it before. Claim that you can only find doubt in an untouched soul, and whenever you build a home in the soul of concave chest, it will always foreclose. He had a heart of stone. I've known him for as long as I can remember, and he was the only person that I could see myself dying with. He was a brother to me. And yeah, you could say that we were just a couple of kids that would never amount to anything, the products of broken families and suburban angst searching corners of paper sidewalks to find a path to something. We just wanted to be something. First time we got high, we were in his basement. We didn't remember what time or day it was, but the drowsy yawns of our bodies lasted years and years. We didn't need to fade away if we were always a fade. Walked like background hymns to the cacophony of hollow hums, and the world around us slurred like tongues, laughter like pastels clogging eardrums, and we just had to do it again. Take something stronger, always finding something to startle our nervous system a bit. Life gets interesting when your pulse forgets to beat and you feel heat in your synapses when they're static in your mind and your decisions are blind. He said life can be divine if you always try to find ways to end it. He and I had a plan. We were gonna live short and never grow up like two Peter Pans chasing the headlight of nowhere fast. Our future wasn't gonna be pretty, but we'd be legendary. The kids your parents warned you about, everyone would hear us march drowsy over 4 a.m. dewy plateaus as the skylines scribble us reckless and irresponsible as we hopscotch infinities over borrowed time. If we died together. We could have been so big. We were so small. Speck of dust in sunlight. A pencil mark in black construction paper, a couple of kids in a world that didn't know our names. And if I could have done one thing to protect him from that one night on that one party that he wasn't joking about giving up, I would have. Because he wasn't joking when he said he didn't want any control over himself. He popped mollies like suicide notes, milligrams of amphetamines erupted through his joints like staccatos in each neuron. They sparked the suffocating strobe light eyes, dilated like neon panic attacks, flashing our lives back to us to show us what it means to see. This is the most alive we can be when so close to death. Death, rumbling in our joints feels like music, harmony, and dissonance of synthetic synergies, like synesthetic seizures of sound waves against heartbeat, the bass line. We're just beneath him like an epileptic metronome, convulsing, balancing these movements like a pile of stimulants hitting the floor over and over again, and he cannot get up, and his spine, he's back and forth, his eyelids stutter, hyperreflexia eats his muscles alive. I hold him lifeless, and my arms find him still dancing. It's like God wanted him to see what heaven looked like, hope, building a home in the soul of concave chest, making a stone-hearted man who never wanted to grow up. We just wanted to be something. He was still a boy. Just short of 18, he died in my arms of an ecstasy overdose. Sometimes you don't realize how big someone is to you until they're gone, but we don't realize how small we can be when no one remembers us after. And I will always remember him. We were just a couple of kids in a world that didn't know our names.
If I had to go through the whole year of our poetry season, after the whole competition at Brave New Voices, I think Stage to Street would be the most exciting event that we have. Just because as poets, especially with the slam season, we're so used to competing with one another that we don't really take the time to get to know each other and see each other as a person, as somebody that could be our friend.
For the kings and queens, see you out there. Kiss the lips of mother guy, you can't really say I'm ashamed of it. Release endorphins, still don't know just what to make of it. And I'm writing daily, seeking metamorphosis. A butterfly effect, colored wings, I sprout hope again. Little black queen, fly on. Little black king, little black queen, find Zion. People say there's no love in this city, they're wrong, cause I reside here. And soul music is dead, wrong again, I'm alive here. Peace signs up in the air for those that died here. Fighting on the front line, survivor, but I cry tears. Sad to be a witness to the children in the system. School is like a prison with the garbage teachers give them. I tell you cause I love you, like the torch and pass the wisdom. And can we come together, color, class in each religion? There's a storm coming fast. Ready for it?
This year, I believe it was like 120 something around those lines. And some of the people I didn't know, some of the people I already knew from last year. But it was just really cool to see how 1 year can make a difference and how word of mouth can have an event grow so largely. And from everybody that I've talked to, they've had a great time.
This is for the queens, if you know what or not. Another reminder about the crown some forgot. Yeah. And who's to say what your potential is? You're good for more than videos, a genius in the hearts of men. Why mistreat the half that's missing from the kingdom? To see you hurting hurts the missing rib from which you came from. All of us are special, we blossoming from cocoons, bringing color to every corner of the room. And yes, we like to dance, time to time we break the rules. Need the love to overstand all the hatred breaking through. May the light that shines in me be the light that shines in you. Love comes with respect, never separate the two. Think twice before you choose those who stand beside you. There's sharks in the water and snakes in the grass. Be strong when you stand up, your soul is up for grabs. The devil's mad throwing tantrums, your mind is free at last. Free at last, King, free at last. Fly on, God. Oh my little black queen, find Zion. Yeah. Little black king, fly on. Little black queen, find Zion. Little black king, little black.
When you get to B&B, it's like the first few days you don't have any competition, and then the last couple of days you do, and so it gets, these are your friends, but you're like, okay, we're in competition with each other. But when they came down, it was all love, no animosity, just having fun and being able to speak your truth with each other.
Having all that positive energy in one room is so spectacular, it drives me crazy. Like, it's ridiculous. And so, yes, it was everything. It was everything. I'm so glad that we could do it.
At Brave New Voices finals, when the South African team, which we all were so proud that they were there, every time they stepped on the stage, all the young people did a chant in Swahili encouraging them, and even the teams that were competing against them would yell to the judges, 10, 10, 10, no matter what piece they delivered. So the whole youth body, over 500 young people, are screaming, we want them to win. We want to recognize them above all, because it wasn't about the competition. They were just like, their story and what they lived, they felt that was the thing that they wanted to elevate. So, I have chills just saying it, because it was like in that moment, everybody got it, that we didn't come here to compete. We came here to love each other. We came here to use our words to make a difference in the world. We came here as youth activists because when you go home, wherever your home is, you're going to be the ones to be the future leaders. So do it here. This is your training ground, and take it back home.
Well, after going to Brave New Voices, I'll be starting college at Clarion University in Pennsylvania. So I will be moving to Pennsylvania to start my own business. I want to start my own group home for teenagers. There's a certain age in foster care that you're not going to get adopted. it's like it starts at age around 10, and I just don't like how the system jumps them from home to home to home. So I want my place, I'm gonna call it Rosa's place, to be the last resort until they're old enough to get out, and that's 18.
I'm gonna be a sophomore at Howard University, and I'm an acting major there, theater arts major. And I really want to, as I progress through my career and through the arts, once I get out of college, I want to go to grad school in New York and definitely get to auditioning and hosting different kinds of things. And then eventually, I want to be able to create productions. I want to be able to create productions and that involve not just theater, but theater, poetry, dance, art, all that. And so that's what I want.
I am going to be attending Norfolk State University this fall, which will be my sophomore year, because I went in kind of early. So sophomore year of high school, and I hope to just get my degree in English and go from there, being able to teach everything that I've learned.
Well, what I'm gaining from here, or what I want to gain from here, I want to be more comfortable in front of people, because the profession I want to go into, I want to be a business lawyer and then to one day become a Supreme Court judge. So I know that I have to be comfortable in front of people, so I know that this will be my stepping grounds in order to be comfortable, you know what I mean? And I also want to get my inspiration out there, I want to get my points out there, what I'm feeling, and I want other people to feel it.
Personally, I'm going to college. I will be attending Virginia Commonwealth University. I'm majoring in psychology. I'm pre-med, so possibly going to medical school, but I'm also doing dance to become a dance therapist. So I'm not quite sure if I want to go the holistic route, as well as incorporate poetry and spoken word therapy with the profession that I do. I'm so excited. I have 4 years before I can decide that.
The young people that you met in this series, they represent this community. The young people that you met in this series have the courage to tell their stories. They have the courage to stand up for things that a lot of people don't think young people even fight for or care about, but they do. They have the determination to put in the work that it takes to be heard on a world stage, like Brave New Voices, because what they're saying really matters to them, because sometimes it's a matter of life or death to them, because their words can save somebody's life, because most of what you've heard and most of what you've seen are true stories. If it's not their story, it's the story of somebody they know and somebody they love, someone from their community. We meet many people that you did not see in this series, that the work that these young people do save their lives, impacts their lives, changes their lives. So when you look at this film and you see those faces and you hear those words, I would like you to realize and remember that they're representing thousands and thousands of other young people. They are their voices, so they're speaking for all their peers, and they're hoping that their words matter to the point that life changes for them and for other kids their age, and also they're looking out for us, for the future of this country and this world.